Welcome back. Love Boat Project, episode number 71. I'm your host, Mike Taylor. With me, as always, my co-host, Mike Robertson. Ahoy, Mike.
Hey, voy con Dios, Mike.
Oh. You know, I Googled it.
I asked Alexa while I was watching it.
I'm like, why are we shoving this?
I was like, I think I know what it is, but I'm also thinking, am I confusing it with Oyo Voy Kama, whatever that one song
That's what
is?
Oyo Kama, yeah, what, the Santana song?
Yeah. So I was like,
that's funny.
Well, it also threw me off because it was like, all right, they're saying it to a nun, but Julie's saying it. So is it?
Well, right. That's the whole. What a weird. Well,
if anybody didn't go with God, it was Julie a couple years ago.
Oh my gosh!
Although I guess she did try to go. She did try to go with God. I guess
she literally tried to go with God. Yeah. If anyone to say, what is it? Oyo, whatever. We'll get back to it.
You're gonna mess me up if we say it wrong.
Oh, geez. Well, that's gonna come up a few more times this evening. We are here to talk about Love Boat, season 3, episode 24. No, 23
according to IMDb. It's 23 according to IMDb. It's our 20th episode. So.
Episode titled Another Time, Another Place, Doctor Who, and Gopher's Engagement. Original air date, Saturday, March 1st, 1980. What else is on, Mike? Well, the Winter Olympics are on. That's what's on. So for the 2 weeks after our last episode, we were preempted by Olympics coverage. So what I'd like to do now is not to give you the entire night, but just what they put up in that 9 p.m. hour on other networks.
Oh, excellent. Because I am really curious, as we've talked about this. We are both huge fans of the Olympics.
Yes.
And I know what primetime coverage looks like in the modern day. But back then, that was all you got for the most part. So
there was no secondary. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild that a one network would take on the Olympics. They would sign that contract knowing they only have one screen.
Well, and it's not just
all
that.
This content.
But you're also, tape delay is king for the most part. Because unless you're there, you're never really going to know, so.
That's funny. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's true. Well, right. Like all the events are over.
Great, but where would you find out a spoiler? Like the only thing I even remember as a kid was every now and then. Well, but that wasn't automatic.
It wasn't accessible either.
And the only thing I remember is maybe on a newscast they would say, and later we'll be showing you the game between blah blah blah. If you don't want to know who won, look away. They would do that move, which is funny.
Do you think they were doing that in 1980? Spoiler alert! Or they didn't give two craps back then? I wonder when that was first.
Did you think they just pretended that it was live? Because I mean that's not that old a move either. Is basically pretending that it's live. Yeah. So.
Yeah, how am I watching the Thrilla in Manila on Wide World of Sports live from the Philippines right now? It just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But magic of television. All right, so Saturday, February 16th, 1980. This is the first first Saturday, no Love Boat, okay? ABC, 9 to 11, the 13th, only the 13th Winter Olympics. How weird is that?
That's crazy.
U.S. versus Norway in hockey, women's downhill skiing, two-man bobsled, and men's and women's luge, hosted by
Jim McKay.
Yeah. God, I love Jim McKay.
It's funny. I was trying to think if there would be like antiquated sport that existed, like ice horse racing or something like
work shoe biathlon or some weird smoking. I don't know what. I mean, it is,
ice smoking.
NBC 9 o'clock. This is interesting. New episode of BJ and the Bear. Called The Good, the Bad, and the Beautiful. BJ comes to Bishop. I don't know if that's a person or place, and quickly becomes entangled in a war between Heaven's devils and the Roadrunners, two rival motorcycle gangs led by feuding Delano brothers.
Meep. Wow.
Guest starring Bubba Smith.
Sure.
Quote, Danny's henchman. Shout out Bubba Smith. CBS 9 o'clock movie, Citizens Band. Again, this is 9 p.m. Not a TV movie from 1977. Comedy drama, which interlaces the stories of several characters in a small town united by their use of CB radio.
Wow. Like Convoy.
Yeah, without the trucks. They just have the radio. It's like, what? You're not even going anywhere. Convoy that doesn't move. Starring Paul Lamont. Huh?
Bubba Smith.
Bubba Smith as Danny's henchman. Candy Clark, Charles Napier, and Ed Begley Jr.
Wow, a young Ed Begley Jr., I would imagine.
77. Well, and I think CB radio, it doesn't scream Ed Begley Jr. to me, but okay.
Are those green? Are CB radios green? Are they good for the environment, maybe?
I mean, yeah. So then the following Saturday is Saturday, February 23rd, 1980. Again, no Love Boat. ABC, 8 to 11 p.m., 13th Winter Olympics. Women's figure skating, slalom skiing, 4-man bobsled, 90-meter ski jumping. Love ski jumping. Again, hosted by Jim McKay. NBC at 9. You'll see why this gets interesting. This is you're gonna get a curveball here in a minute. NBC at 9. BJ and the Bear. Episode titled "The Girls on the Hollywood High." BJ's sister is kidnapped by rebel truckers, and BJ hires a female detective firm to find her.
Wow.
BJ and the Bear. Again, 2 more episodes. No mention of the bear. Again.
How does the Hollywood High get in there?
Well, it's funny in here. So Heather Thomas was the guest star.
Oh, wow.
But I couldn't tell if she was playing BJ's sister or a female detective.
That's a good point.
So I was hesitant to say
either way.
She played.
Maybe she played both. What if she played both?
Oh, twins?
A real star turn.
Twin sisters? Oh, evil and good, the Thomases.
Oh.
CBS at 9, movie titled SHE, like all caps, would be like Daryl. You know what I mean? Beautiful female secret agent is assigned to destroy an international crime syndicate headed by a former Olympic ski champion.
Wow.
Even topical.
It's ripped from today's headlines.
Right? With Cornelia Sharp, who I assume is the beautiful female secret agent. And the Olympic ski champion played for the one, the only Omar Sharif. When you think skiing, you think Omar Sharif.
What year?
I think it was 1970. Yeah.
It's the first Winter Olympics.
They held it where? In Morocco. Like, what? What is Omar Sharif doing in there? And that brings us to tonight's episode date of March 1st, 1980. And this is where it gets a little weird. CBS at 8 p.m., we get the Chisholms, the suitor. Only Will is suspicious when a wealthy trader courts Minerva and her family.
No, not Minerva.
Minerva. The Chisholms, CBS. So we've seen the past few weeks on CBS movies, right? Is a direct, and I got to think the Olympics are just gangbusters for ratings. So they're doing movies.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, we're back tonight, right? Love Boat's back. And who do they put up against the Love Boat at 9 p.m. on CBS? Hawaii Five-0. What? You might have a little competition here, Mike.
Wait, is that even still around?
I don't know if this was a 9, so this was an episode.
I feel like what's his name? When Dano was on a few weeks ago on our show,
like the end,
I thought it was the end. So maybe this is the last season and they're burning them off, but it's not. It's on its last legs if it's not already gone, which is wild.
I mean, it could be a special because it sounds like an amazing episode. A gang of clever students use radio-controlled planes to execute the theft of Queen, Lilio Kalani's jewels.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not Lilio Kalani's jewels.
No.
It's Hawaii Five-0, Flight of the Jewels, CBS, 9 p.m. But I just thought it was a weird move to go from a movie to that. Unless they're trying to go out the boat. But anyway, another odd thing, NBC at 8 p.m., Chips, repeat. Didn't even say what episode it was, just repeat.
Just repeat.
Repeat.
That is weird because you think you would have loaded up with new episodes while the Olympics were going on and then come back with momentum.
Even
that
stranger,
is interesting. Yeah.
BJ and the Bear, 9 p.m., repeat. Same thing.
That is
So
weird.
it's like, and then I think the thing at 10 o'clock was that NBC primetime, like,
That
show.
news magazine. Yeah. So kind
But
of a lame
burn
night.
But yeah, why wouldn't you burn the repeats against the Olympics if you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's you're actually right, because you would think if the Love Boat is in fact the juggernaut that it might be, this is a chance for you to show your stuff regardless if it's repeats or not. So
I feel like NBC is bending the knee, to the Love Boat.
well, we looked at the ratings. We looked at the ratings. Besides Chips, NBC is not doing great. So
anything. This is before the Brendan Tartikoff era. Or
yeah,
was it when they started to?
We'll catch that in a few years. So I think we're on a CBS heater now for a while. So
yeah, that makes sense. So that's what else is. But we're here to talk about tonight's episode, and here's the synopsis. A man causes a crisis of faith for an old flame who's become a nun. A woman pursues a shy astronomer thinking he's a famous sex therapist traveling incognito. Incog what? Nito. Celia Elliott's pushy mom nags her to find a rich husband. I mean,
it was pretty straightforward. I mean, it really was. So
nothing. There was no complexities to this episode either, and I'm not saying that in a negative or a positive way, because I'm not going to judge the episodes till we get to the end of the episode from here on. Because I found now I'm trying to go into these episodes with a more open-minded approach.
See, I have a very strong opinion, but I'm glad that you are trying to approach it in that way.
I am. I'm trying to be like blank litmus, and then when I get to the end, how is it? I think I'd be better equipped to make that determination.
Interesting.
And I don't want to be a negative Nelly going into it.
That's true. Nobody wants to hear that. Yeah.
Guest stars Phyllis Davis as Evelyn Miller. Second appearance on the boat. We saw her last season 2, episode 15, played Nancy Bishop. She was the woman that Dr. Todd Picasso was pursuing.
So first watch, didn't recognize her, obviously.
I didn't either. I didn't.
Saw it in there.
Knowing this, I didn't recognize her.
I actually went back and took a quick glance at a little bit. She was blonde.
Or her boobs weren't hanging out the whole episode like this?
She was, because if you remember, she was more of a somebody in the industry, so she was a little more
professional,
a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you can tell it's her, but I wouldn't have ever gotten it. It's like more dramatic version of our villain from this year at the beginning of the season. She went from blonde to that brownie hair or whatever.
Yeah,
but
totally changed her whole.
It didn't look like her, but it is funny that she's been in 2 episodes and both of them are basically being groupies for sex therapists.
For doctors.
Doctors who write sex books.
Oh. Yeah, it's new stubby category, creepiest doctor. And guess what? It's not Steuben. It's never Steuben. Or I'm sorry, Bricker. What am I saying? You can catch that episode, Love Boat Project number 39, Ice Hard. And we're going to see Phyllis Davis 2 more times. Worst title ever. Wait till you hear the next title. We got a few more to quote here because our friend Artie legend.
Yeah, stubby winner, Artie Johnson.
This is 3rd appearance on the boat. First season is Ronald, one of the painters. Season 1, episode 12, Love Boat Project number 12, McKeesport. Check that one out. Second season is Marty Austin, manager of Phil Backstrom / Deacon Dark. Stubby Award winner as best villain of season 2. How good was he?
So good.
Lord, how good was he? Love Boat Project number 48, Sugar Cubes. Sugar Cubes.
Greatest storyline of the whole season. It's a Sonny Bono tour de force, and we named it after Steuben getting killed by sugar.
It's so stupid. What do? Well, we spin Mike around and we just throw a dart.
Yep. Yeah.
But I think
Mike thinks it's funny. Mike makes these titles at midnight after we record and doesn't think about the fact that they're going to be referenced years from now.
It's fantastic. I love it. I love the next one coming up, too. Marie McCormick is back. 3rd appearance on the boat. 2 first season appearances, which I always think is interesting when you get a 2 in the same season. Season 1, episode 6, played Barbara, who allegedly, I still don't know about this, had sex with Juan Epstein. I Love Boat Project number 6, The Butter Hand. Forgot about that one. Remember that? It was Jimmy, too. You guys were like, no.
Yeah. No, we figured that one out.
I'm not sold on that. She was back in season 1, episode 17, playing Susie Corbett. If you remember, she had the least supportive boyfriend in the history of the show.
Rick. Stupid Rick.
Stinks. She won the beauty pageant and he storms out. He's so pissed.
He got so mad.
You can hear that on Love Boat Project number 17. Another amazing title, Bobby Adidas. Bobby Adidas.
At least I know what that one means.
Yeah, so I remember that one. Yes. And we're going to see Maureen McCormick 2 more times in Love Boat.
Good.
Another legend joins us this week, Audrey Meadows. And I say legend, and I'm not even referring to her work on The Honeymooners. I'm just saying
on this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Second appearance, season 1, episode 21. She played Gladys Watkins, and she was absolutely amazing. Love Boat Project number 20, Officer Big Mac. Another.
She is. It's funny because it's a weird thing to say, but it does feel like the most effortless ability to do that.
They just roll. Like the words
like
just
it's
roll
unbelievable.
out.
Like it doesn't feel because again, her character that first episode was a little more nice.
Yeah.
Than this, but it's like it's amazing. I said it at the time. She's like the best to ever do bickering or whatever. This isn't bickering. This is, but she's just, oh my God, she's so good.
It maybe it sounds dumb. I imagine that it's like she's never acting. That's the thing that gets me.
100%.
Like, that's just Audrey Meadows. That's what she sounds like. That's how she talks.
It's such a cartoon. It's such a cartoon character that could have been just awful. We've seen it be bad 5 times.
There's little.
It just felt real. It felt like a real person. Like, she's so good.
She's all-star. And Mike, we're going to see her one more time in season 7. So we have that to look forward to. Dennis Morgan. Well, Dennis Morgan. What can I say about Dennis Morgan?
Steve Bryan.
The worst. I was so irritated about the name that they created for this guy. The entire thing. I'm like, just. Anyway.
Steve Bryan.
Steve Bryan.
I will say this. I watched this a while ago.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a break. So I watched this a while ago and then I watched it again today. So like long gap in between. And I will say almost everything I thought the first time, I think the second time.
Right.
But I will say Steve Bryan as a character got way worse in the second viewing.
Yeah, he did.
This guy ain't listening. For being a reporter, he doesn't listen very well.
His ears are plugged and the car is running. This guy, Steve Bryan, gets what he wants and he wants what he gets.
I don't know what they gave me the Pulitzer for, but it wasn't interviews.
All those ship-to-shore conversations he was doing. God only knows what he was really up to. Oh. Dennis Morgan, first and only appearance on the boat, star of radio and film in the 40s and 50s. He was a big dude, too.
Did you notice?
Look like a big dude.
Much like Gopher's dad, the actor who played Gopher's dad, this is his last appearance ever of anything.
Oh, geez.
He retired. He doesn't die. He doesn't die right away either. It's just this is it. He's like, yep, this is it. I tried to bang that nun unsuccessfly. I'm out of here, TV.
Yeah, somebody took it out. Well, I'm just wondering if that's like the 1980s Madden cover of Madden curse. If you're over a certain age, don't you dare go on that boat if you're a gentleman actor, because it might be your last.
I half expected those guys to be a famous movie couple.
So did I. I thought there'd be, but nope. Bert Parks is Dr. Michael Marvey. Ugh.
What? No, he was great.
He was creepy.
Parks
no, not bad.
Great.
Not bad, but just his whole like.
Bro, I get it, but
I wasn't against this thing, but the Michael Marvey character was just.
Oh my God! But he was so. Bert Parks was so good. It was so randomly ridiculous. He was.
Well, I thought it was going to be the robot can't go into the pool
or Monty Hall.
Like, oh no!
But no, he just played this pompous ass so well. Like I don't know. I know Bert Parks from Miss America. I don't know who knows Bert Parks from anything else. He was great.
So this was his first appearance on the boat and his last credited appearance on the boat. And what I mean is he's back in a season 9 Christmas special as rich businessman and was uncredited. Host of Miss America. Yeah. They didn't even list him. Must be a loaded, they just couldn't fit time.
Because that's not the last season, right? Or is season 9 the
No, that is. That
is the last season.
That last episode where it's just
Gotcha.
I don't know how the boat's going to sink. They're going to try to have so many people on that boat.
Oh my God.
As you mentioned, he was the host of the Miss America telecast from 1955 to 1979. famous for singing that "Here she comes," or "She is," or whatever.
There she
There
is.
she goes.
Michael Marby.
Host, yeah, I said that already. Jane Wyman, his sister Patricia. First and only appearance on the boat. She is the first wife of Ronald Reagan.
That's right.
Big star, film, television.
That.
More film, but big Hollywood star, I would say.
Season of the Olds continues, Michael.
Oh, 1,000%. And I'm not talking about Steve Bryan either.
No, this is yet another performance that it was like, I am going to just say this right now. Too good for this show. She was 1,000%. She was too good for this show. And Dennis O'Brien could not keep up at some point. He tried for a while, but he couldn't keep up.
Steve Bryan couldn't hang. He was a one-trick pony. It's just, there was no
Gruff.
She was great. The way she looked off into the thing, and then when she,
and again, it was that thing where, much like Audrey Meadows, it was like that could have been a real cartoon character, but that was a modern,
effortless
nun, right? Like
she was great.
It was obviously plotty the way they got her in and out of the uniform and stuff like that, but it was like she was just, oh my god, it was. So,
you say modern because she played paddleball.
Obviously, this was, I would say, without really thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is our 71st episode. That was a top 5 overall acting effort.
1,000%.
It's just one of the absolute best guest casts.
It's beyond Season of the Old.
Yeah, because it wasn't just them. Everybody was good.
No,
Maria McCormick was good. Like Artie Johnson was good. Like everyone was, and it was not what I would call a great script or anything. It was fine, but it was like the acting was just.
Well, imagine
above.
The same script if you had a not as
we've seen those
skilled
episodes.
Or talented group.
And that's,
we've seen that.
And that's the point. We've seen those episodes.
I think this is like, the perfect collision of good enough story to carry, but people that can more than carry it. You know what I mean?
Two of the 3 storylines were written by first-time writers, which I thought was interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they'll be back, but it was definitely not a group of people I had recognized.
Interesting. I like to see that.
Yeah, me too. So
let me put my phone on airplane mode. I never forget to do that, but this will be the one time I get a phone call. Anything to go over before we get on the boat? Do you
think it'll be a ship to shore call?
Oh, it's Steve Bryan?
From Steve Bryan trying to tie up some loose ends.
The car's running. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Be like, I'm not going, Steve Bryan. I'll be there anyway. Don't be a puss.
I'll pick you up. Here we go.
All right, let's get on this boat. The passengers are greeted by a mariachi band. Why don't they do this every week? This seems like they should do this every week. Like, you get to Hawaii where they don't put the flowers over you. What a nice greeting with this mini mariachi band. No?
Yeah, it is interesting that they did it. And it was like relatively short cruise.
Right.
I wonder if they did it because the major stockholder's wife was on board.
Or they couldn't get those Greek guys with swords this week. So they're like, oh, jeez.
Did we even go to dinner this week?
We talked about going to dinner.
Were we even in the dining room? We were not in the dining room this week.
No, we were in the lounge post-meal. We were in the Pirates Cove pre-meal.
That's true. So maybe that's why these guys were supposed to be waiters. But
I like how some of the people pre-game dinner. Like, let's hit the Pirates Cove, because a lot of people were way overdressed for the Pirates Cove.
I mean, that used to get me in trouble. That used to get me in trouble. I would always say, please do not invite me out to dinner unplanned, because if I am already out, I will show up at your dinner in a condition I should not show up at your dinner at. So,
yeah, these people were trying to get it done this week in a short cruise. Nobody was messing around this week. Enter a woman and her daughter. Woman is fixing her daughter's scarf. Doc walks up and says, "Mrs. Elliot and Celia!" Exclamation mark. Mrs. Elliot says that she's surprised that he remembers them. And I said, "Yeah, me too, Mrs. Elliot. Me too. Out of all the people to remember, this is who you remember." Doc walks away. Mrs. Elliot mentions how nice it would be if Celia was Mrs. Adam Bricker. Before, Celia seems awfully young to be matched, for a mom to match her with Bricker, no?
Well, this is why at this point I felt very creepy about it. Once we find out that Doc's only being nice to her because of the ship line situation. Right. But yeah, no, she's I mean, didn't they say she just finished college? Like,
yeah, she's like 23, 24.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's like, we have not established what cruise ship doctor is versus regular doctor in terms of like finance, right? So is Doc really capturing the white whale here?
He's just there because you don't have to have like malpractice insurance. That's the only reason. It saves him a boatload.
Right.
With all the alimony he's paying, he doesn't have money.
Yeah, this guy is a major stockholder in the cruise line, which I assume is a pretty penny. So, they probably don't need money, and if they do, they probably don't need cruise ship doctor money.
So it's just it's just that title thing, I think.
Yeah,
that's it.
Must be the wife of the doctor.
But the age is so weird. This is my daughter and her husband that's 34 years older than her. Like, I don't know how much is too much. Like, how much is socially acceptable? They
drove by it so fast that I guess I didn't bump on it necessarily, and thank God they did. But that would have been too much. And we've seen Doc go low on the number.
Were not that old,
but the fix up of it makes it worse.
Right, right. Because the mom's being a little, little pimpy. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but it's a little pimpy. Mrs. Celia says, "Leave it up to me." Enter Stubing. All right, clapter, applause. Stubing.
All right.
He walks up to Joe. Wouldn't that be great? And he enters, and it's just like when Carol O'Connor goes on the screen, All in the Family. He just gets a.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it would just be this quiet, and you hear like a
crickets,
like somebody cough in the back once. Like it's
one of those tumbleweeds. It's terrible. He walks up to Julie, asks if someone named Steve Bryan asked for him. Tells Julie he isn't a passenger. He's an old friend who was going to stop by, and Julie says that she has not seen him.
No, sorry, I have a real job with people who are taking the boat. So
I'm not looking for people with fake names, Stubing. I don't know what kind of drill this is.
Sorry, I'm not keeping track of extra people today. So
is Paul Peter coming on the ship too, or Mark?
This feels like a good opportunity since I keep forgetting to tell you. We're adding 2 new stubby categories this season.
That's right. What worst name? Or was that?
No, one of them is Friends and Family Award. Because we have had such a low amount of crew members this year that anyone who is identified or introduced as friend or family of the actual crew will be eligible. So technically, Steve Bryan would have been eligible as a friend of Stubing. He will not be winning, but that is one of the 2 new awards.
What would even nominate Steve Bryan for, like, other than worst name? I don't know what else.
Most in need of clearing a throat.
Jesus, are most likely to run out of gas outside the convent.
How about questionable age also? Because when we get to that,
60 or 80, I don't know.
This guy was in the service. I don't know if he means like the French and Indian War. Like
he was in that trench warfare in WW1. Like, this guy's been around.
He killed the Black Hand.
He sunk the Bismarck, the Lusitania. He's been around. Jeez. A nun boards the ship, introduces herself to Julie and Stubing as Sister Patricia. Stubing says that he's been expecting her. I'm going to call her Sister Patty, just so you know. Let me establish that right now. Sister Patty thanks Stubing and the quote, the steamship line.
Yeah, what was that?
What are you talking? What do you think you're on the Mighty Miss? Like, what do you? Is it? And then I'm like, is it really a steamship? Am I just dumb? I don't.
It feels a little. I mean, she has not acted old this entire episode, but she makes it sound like she's taken like a pump wagon or something.
Locked in a cave for 30 years. Like no idea about technology. Sister, she thanks him and the steamship line for their generosity in paying for a ticket to Acapulco. Stubing mentions the terrible airline strike.
Yeah, damn this airline strike.
They just want to badmouth the airlines. Why fly when you can, And they're happy to have her aboard. And I was like, was there really? I don't know. Sister Patty asks if they have a paddleball court on board, and Stubing tells her that they do. Stubing's a liar, all right? You are a liar, sir. Because I looked up what a paddleball court is. A paddleball played on a court half the size of a tennis court. But here's the kicker, with a wall that's 16 feet in height. Where the hell on a cruise ship are you going to have a 16-foot wall to
So
hit balls off.
Is that like racquetball?
I think it's like outdoor racquetball.
So you're just hitting it off the wall to each other.
Yeah, it's like, basically. It's like half a tennis court with a wall.
So I guess your argument is, well, they've talked about lawn tennis, which we still don't quite know what lawn tennis is.
But I don't know where you'd put that height.
Could you play paddleball in the corner that Ken Berry made out with Vera? Like, I feel like it's very stickballish, right? Where you just are playing paddleball in an area with a wall.
Or you get there and they're like, this isn't really a paddleball court. It's just nobody wants to say it. And they go, well, of course not. Nobody can put a 16-foot.
I would think the bigger problem with paddleball, if it's the way I think it is,
it's a wiffle ball sort of thing too.
Oh, it's not a rubber. It's like a rubber street ball.
No, like it to prevent wind resistance. It's got holes in it. Another
detriment to the boat.
Issue. Yeah.
Because I was going to say the problem would be you figure it would just jettison into the water all the time.
That's what I would think. Imagine
this is a flawed game,
it's
sister.
It's a terrible game to play on a cruise.
Yeah.
How about you read a book?
How about we not give a nun a paddle?
That's a good call. That's
right?
a good call. Well, you know you got to let her win. You can beat the snot out of a nun.
Voya con Dios.
It's well said, Mike. Well, that's a really well timed.
Voya con Dios plus the points.
And 11-9. Gopher is reading the name Jones from his clipboard. Dr. Wilford Jones, Aloha Deck 247, says he isn't an MD. He's a PhD of astronomy. He's going to be checking out a different kind of heavenly body.
Ayo.
Wait, did somebody say heavenly bodies? Interesting. Is he talking about Dr. Tom Pritchard and Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey? Fact, PWI ranked them the 73rd best tag team out of 100 of all time. 73.
Did not expect to be getting heavenly bodies research. No.
And you know what's funny is they include Sweet Stan Lane and Beautiful Bobby as part of the heavenly bodies.
That's generous.
Which is weird. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Dr. Jones is not so good with the ladies, but he took a crash therapy course called How to Be a Man to All Women. Or Women. And he's ready to meet some ladies. Yes, sir.
Is this are we right before Raiders of the Lost Ark? I feel like it's Dr. Close. Jones, who's not a medical doctor, is a little misleading.
I mean, who had it first? Where's the plagiarism?
Dr. Jones, you crazy!
He's like, actually, that's the Little Dipper. You know, it would be the worst movie ever.
I'd watch Artie Johnson as Indiana Jones.
As this Dr. Jones? No, I'm saying if Artie Johnson plays this Dr. Jones in
exactly.
In Raiders of the Lost Ark, that'd be awesome.
Great.
This little.
Don't look at the
snakes would eat him.
Marion.
I got to rewatch that. It's funny. I saw that in the theater.
It is running. They are running Indiana Jones constantly on one of the cable channels.
It's such a good movie. It's such a movie theater movie too.
Yeah.
Dr. Jones says he's going to latch onto the very first female he sees. He turns around. It's Sister Pat.
Womp, womp.
Isaac tells him maybe the second. Sister Pat asks over for a telegraph form. Okay. Move on. Steubing standing with Vicky. They're approached by, here's your guy here, Dr. Michael Marby, author of the best-selling book, Let Sexual Freedom Ring. And he tells everything about sex. Well, here, Steubing excuses Vicky for the conversation, but then she doesn't leave.
Right. So, congratulations to this week's edition of Why Vicky Should Not Be on the Boat. Steubing,
kidding.
You send her to bed all the time. Get her out of there, dude. She's 12.
I've never seen him do a lick of schoolwork either. Like, what are we doing?
Jesus.
Somebody rescue Vicky. That's
like
what
this
Sister
guy
Patty
clearly isn't going to stop talking. He just is listening to himself talk. So let's get Vicky out of there.
Sex.
Yeah.
No awareness. Yeah, Vicky asks if she can stay. And I'm like, please, no. And Steubing lets her stay. I'm like, why would you?
Yeah.
Anyway, Dr. Marby is in desperate need of privacy, and he's checked in under a fake name. He tells Steubing that he'll hold him personally responsible if anyone finds out he's on the cruise.
These sex book guys are just like
they're
the most
full of themselves.
But they're also the most popular men in the world, apparently. Or does he know that the same lady that went after Dr. Todd is on the boat again? Like there's only one stalker. It's her.
Dr. Todd's Dr. Marby's cousin too.
Yeah.
You know they like work in the same building.
Dr. Todd. Bad news for you, friend.
A woman approaches Gopher and Doc and asks him if Dr. Michael Marby's checked in. Says she's looking for passenger Dr. Michael Marby, and she has to meet him. Gopher said there's no one on board by that name. And she's explaining that he wrote a book about sex, and she wants to meet him. She walks up to Stubing, asks for Dr. Marby. Stubing asks her to check the passenger log. She says that she got a tip that he'd be on the ship. Well, who's providing that tip? Him? Dr. Michael Marby? Like, who's Todd Picasso's trying to ruin his vacation? Like, I don't know who. Why is this such a state secret?
I got a hot tip.
No kidding. I'm going to Acapulco for 2 days in secret. Like, why? What do you... They used to do this thing on one of the radio shows, and it would make people so mad. They'd go, "Hey, what's your name and what are you famous for?" Like, it's one of those kind of things where it's like, oh, I mean, nobody's looking for me. All it took was that one person looking for him, and he's good now.
He's so mad. He's so mad that people are looking for him but not finding him. So
it's somebody else is reaping the. Yeah, exactly. He's not happy about that, by the way. Stubing's friend Steve Bryan arrives. Tells Stubing that he has big news. We cut to Pat. He needed like a big. He was like Mr. Slate. He needed like a big.
He should have been played by a bullfrog, like a cartoon bullfrog.
Or if he's made of rocks, something's weird. We cut to Sister Patty handing Julie a telegram. This is a weird one. Julie says she'll take care of it, and then she starts to open the envelope.
It's a telegram form. She just asked for the form. It's not the actual telegram.
No. She got the form from Gopher. She's handing Julie the telegraph to send.
I think she's the form, though.
I thought.
Doesn't Julie need to?
She filled it out.
Well, how the hell does a telegraph form work? I guess is the first question.
Yeah,
so,
I don't.
I think Julie's got to look to see where's it going, when's it going, like that kind of thing.
Well, I guess you got to enter the. What is it, like Morse code? Oh, I
didn't even think about that.
I don't know.
All she was writing was that she's on the way. Couldn't you got on the phone before you got on the boat? That would have saved everybody a lot of time.
I mean, could Steve Bryan give up one of his ship to shore?
No, it's possible.
I'm Steve Bryan. Sister Patty sees Steve Bryan, the bullfrog, asks Julie if she knows who the man is that Stubing's talking to. Talking about loose lips sink ships. Tells Sister Patty, oh, that's Stubing's friend, Steve Bryan. Tells her to hurry if she wants to talk to him because he isn't taking the cruise. She says, I do, but I won't. Acting, Mike. Here's where Sister Patty starts to act.
And Julie's like, I do not know what that sentence means.
She doesn't know. But I won't. What is restraint?
I do, and I'm already there. So.
Yeah. I'm about to go see Jack again. I'm going to give it another shot.
That's why she's checking the telegram. She's going to scratch out Acapulco Church and just write.
She's not happy. She's going to make
Alaska.
It's a Chanel Thanksgiving dinner. Who are you? I'm Julie. Who are you? Oh, God. Call me mommy. It would be awful. Stubing shocked to hear that his pal Steve Bryan is quitting the newspaper business after winning a Pulitzer Prize. Okay, let's make him. You can win a Pulitzer Prize, but you can't take a hint. Steve says that all his life he worked and now he's ready for a permanent vacation.
Which is like when you die.
Now I'm ready to die, Meryl. Like a permanent vacation. Like that's a bit like, do I need some time off? Yeah, but not like that. I don't.
Now I'm going to be pushing up daisies.
No
what?
Kidding.
Gardening? What are you talking about?
Like what? Do I need to be worried? Like why are the police at my house? Like I'm fine. I'm on my permanent.
This also feels like not only was he not ready for retirement, like mentally, right? Because he obviously goes back to his job immediately, but like he just didn't seem like he was ready for retirement, like in the moment. Like he's
I don't know why he was on the boat. He didn't have like I'm on a cruise energy.
He didn't have like I'm retired energy.
No,
like did he just decide to retire energy. Like on the way to the boat?
I think retirement, like he was in between meetings or something. He's like, I don't have a meeting till Monday. I retire. Permanent vacation.
I'm retiring for the weekend. This guy doesn't get idioms. This guy doesn't understand turns of phrase. That's the
No,
problem.
no. Or he exaggerates everything. Everything is this guy. Tell Stubing he'll be taking the cruise to celebrate. I didn't see him celebrate once. His newfound freedom.
Well, he got
if
distracted.
Having dinner with a nun is celebrating.
Well, he got distracted.
Oh. Stubing says you might even find love. Oh boy, here comes right to the cringe moment of the week. Steve says that would be a miracle. Stubing says, this is the Love Boat. Miracles happen here by the hour.
Okay. So this came up, I would say this came up twice in the last 4 or 5 episodes. This is a thing now.
Well, it's like the Fantasy Island thing, but it's the love thing now, right?
So they're clearly leaning into it, which is, hold on, jeez, that's like Steve O'Brien.
Are you Steve Bryan? What's going on?
I am Steve Bryan.
It's that giant comical cigar you're smoking.
They're clearly leaning into it, which I guess, but like, what spurred this on? Like, it came out of nowhere, and I guess we're just doing this now. That it's the Love Boat.
Yeah, that was weird. It was almost like
it's just ham-fisted.
Referring to yourself, and like it was. Yeah. I don't like that he referred to it as the Love Boat.
No, I don't like it in general. Like it, and to me, there needed to be something that made it more of a thing. Like Stubing's just kind of saying it. Like there needed to be like an event that really caused it, or so. There should have been an episode, a Valentine's Day episode, where all the couples fell in love, or some amazing thing,
like,
and then
displays the power of
right, exactly. Yeah, this just feels like, oh, it's the Love Boat. We're gonna sneak it in now. So
well, it was just cheesy, and I can't imagine Steve Bryan not replying to that cheeseball line. The hell are you talking about, Meryl? What, you've changed? What are you? You
getting soft?
Yeah, what are you, like a little kitten, Meryl? You're so soft now. Just a weird. Do we hear the boat horn? It's time to depart. Small ticker tape scene. No Jerry Stiller this time. I'm looking. No Jerry Stiller. Dr. Jones poolside tries to flirt with a woman in a bikini playing shuffleboard, and she immediately puts him on the pay no mind list.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the ring woman too, right?
And you know who that is?
I saw it, but I don't. I know she was on.
It is the younger daughter on Too Close for Comfort, the blonde.
Are you kidding?
I'm not.
I didn't even put that together.
I didn't get it at first, and I saw the credits, and I was like, I know that name. Yeah, it is the blonde woman, not the brunette, who of course was the lead female in the Warriors. But yeah,
right.
So our first Too Close for Comfort, bro.
Excellent. Oh, I hope we get Jim J.
We're getting Monroe. I'm going to go out and say, I am going to say without knowing that we're going to get all 5 Too Close for Comforts.
Nothing would make me happier.
That's my official, because I know we're getting Ted Knight. So that's my official prediction.
I love Ted Knight. Good Lord, I love that guy with the cow on his hand when he's drawing the.
So great.
God. Where are we? Okay, he goes up to flirt with a woman playing shuffleboard in a bikini. He wants no part of him. He walks up to Celia Elliott, who's sitting poolside, tries to flirt, interrupted by Mrs. Elliott's like, yeah, I'm not.
I found a better place to sit.
Maybe if she knew that he was a PhD or a doctor, it would have changed.
Yeah, the irony.
Right.
The irony, yeah.
It's turned out a doctor.
What kind of money do astrologer / archaeological adventurers make?
I mean, that's a great question.
I mean, those gold stones that he took must have been worth millions.
Millions. And this is a long time ago, too. So,
yeah. Yeah, as long as there's no snakes.
As long as there's no snakes, everything's
hates
fine.
Snakes.
Hates snakes, loves having a whip. All right? Whip, anyway. Dr. Jones sits down. Isaac comes up to him and calls him doctor. Dr. Jones asks Isaac not to call him that. Enter Evelyn Miller, the woman who is looking for Dr. Michael Marvey. She assumes that this is Dr. Marvey and introduces herself. They meet, they talk. She tells him she'll keep his identity a secret. She says they should go to a bar and talk. And he agrees, and Evelyn says that she gets excited being around him. Boy, old Dr. Jones has got to be like, this boat rules. Like, this is the greatest boat that has ever floated on the water.
I mean, he got lucky. There's one person who wants to bang every book writer. So
there you go.
Phyllis Davis is on the boat. You are in for a treat.
That's right. And it is miracles happen by the hour. And I would say that this is a miracle, Mike, right here. Lady passenger who is playing shuffleboard walks up to Julie, tells her that she lost her diamond ring while she was playing shuffleboard.
Doesn't humidity make your ring swell?
I know salt, like if you're snacking. She didn't look like she was doing a lot of snacking.
You think she's eating a lot of pork rinds?
Yeah, a lot of salty snacks. She didn't look like she was swollen like a tick. Yeah, maybe if she ate a sandwich, that ring wouldn't have fallen off. Hello.
How hard is she playing shuffleboard?
She's flinging that puck
discus
or whatever it is.
Or whatever it was, yeah.
Boy, I ran into a dead end there. I was like,
these are your terms. How do you not know these?
I can't remember them anymore. I remember I researched it at one point. We see Gopher stuffing stuff back into a piñata that fell down. I couldn't tell what he was stuffing in at first, but I'm assuming it was candy. Isaac picks up a ring off the deck. Gopher offers to sell it to him for a nickel. Gopher puts it in his pocket and goes back to stuffing the piñata. Okay.
As somebody who briefly wore their wedding ring, but it was oversized, and who has terrible eyesight, there were a few times where I kind of did one of these, whoops, and it went flying or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I was always able to gauge where it was. So she really, the fact that she lost it that far.
She stole it from somebody else or something else. Because she's the Shuffleboard Bandit or something. I don't know. There's something shady going on here. Offering all that money.
Stick it in the piñata.
She's full of it. She should have been nicer to Dr. Jones. That's a karma loss right there.
That's very true. That is very true. Although she got everybody got what they wanted at the end, Mike. So,
well, almost.
I'm very upset that my throat is going like Steve Bryan. This is terrible.
No, it's all right. We're gonna get through this. We're doing it for Steve Bryan. And her sister Patty in her civilian clothes, with Vicky walking towards the pool after a game of paddleball. Maybe they did play paddleball. Maybe they didn't play paddleball. There's not a court. We don't know what really happened. I want to be accurate here. Steve Bryan sees Patty and asks her, Steve Bryan, ask her if it's really her. He asks her if it's been 25, 30 years. He asks asks if she's married. Steve has to make some ship to shore calls. He just got on the boat 10 minutes ago. Jesus. Steve
Don't say Bryan. Jesus in front of a nun.
Oh, God.
Don't say God in front of a nun.
Oh, yeah, I said ship to shore. Like, what happened to his vacation? His vacation started 10 minutes ago, and he's got 27 calls to make.
So we've had a version of this conversation. I think it was when Jessica Walter got on the boat. But it's like 30 years ago. No social media.
None.
And they're dressed like a nun. I just think the odds of you recognizing someone
with full face, pretty much.
Yeah, I just think it would be very difficult. I just think, and we will get into the math of all this, but it's probably more than 30 years. But like, take them at their word. Take them at their word, and they were 25 when they last saw each other, and she's 55. It just seems like you're not expecting to see this. That's the other thing I always come back to is you're not expecting to see this person. If I was like, I'm going to meet Patty,
you'd be like, that person
I'm looking
looks like,
exactly.
But
like in the just grand scheme of life, it's unlikely, I guess. So.
There's no way. Yeah, I am where I grew up. I am confident, and I've seen it, and I've been back in much less time than that. And I've seen people that I recognize that did not recognize me in a smaller amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing: I'm really good with faces. Like I really am. Yeah, faces and names. I'm really good. And I still think 30 years, no social media. You're not looking for them.
Well, when's the last picture you saw?
Exactly.
Literally 30 years ago.
They didn't even have what even was a photo in 1948 or whatever this was.
Just a drawing.
Right.
Exactly.
And they were skinny dipping, so it was probably illegal. It was probably had black bars all over it.
That's why she went right to the nunnery after that. Just got out of the water and stepped into the nunnery.
It's a tough time. She had a real Funicello run there, it seems like, after Steve went to war.
That's funny. She read books, only shared books. He asked her to have dinner with him, and they can pick up where they left off 30 years ago. Steve says that meeting Patty now is a godsend. And Patty repeats the word godsend with an intense stare. And we go to our first commercial break. Celia and Mrs. Elliot arrive at the Pirates Cove. My Pirates Cove. Isaac is dressed like an owl. Mrs. Elliot makes a comment about how the ship's doctor should be more available. More available for what?
He's always available.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he should be less available.
Yeah, he should be busier. Yeah. They sit at a table, but not before Mrs. Elliot criticizes the way Celia speaks. Boy, she's a real Miss Elliot's a real peach, I think is the word I'm looking for.
She's a lot. She's a lot. But I will say Marie McCormick plays beaten down pretty well.
Oh,
so.
She's great at this. She's great at this. She's
you know what? I will say, I'd like to say this. Marie McCormick has certainly not played amazing roles, right? But she's played 3 very different roles in the time we've seen her, and obviously very different than Marcia Brady. I think there's something there. I think she's not as good as Eve Plum was, but she's still very good. So.
But would Eve Plum be as good as many times as?
Well, we'll find out in a few weeks, Mike.
Oh,
because old Eve's coming back.
I look forward. Well, how many more people from the Brady bunch do we get? Do we get a Greg Brady? Do we get?
I mean, I assumed we would have gotten somebody else at this point because we've gotten the 4 people a lot, and then that's been it. Right. You would think Greg Brady for sure. Can we get an Amby? Can we get an Amby Davis?
I mean, what about? What is this?
Sam
Mel
the,
or
Sam the Butcher?
Sam the Butcher? Can we get him?
Well, here's the problem: is do we have to get Cindy Brady so Gopher can make out with all the Bradys?
Oh, God, so. That'd be great. David Jones is going to be on too because you heard Marsha was on the boat. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we get. I don't know.
The Bradys. I will say this: the Bradys. I'm gonna take Florence Henderson out of this.
But the bunch was over at this point. Like they were looking for work, you know.
The kids, the 2 girls, and Robert Reed also have all been much better than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'll say.
Robert Reed was great.
Florence Henderson, I would say, is exactly what I expected.
I'm not shocked with that. I'm not shocked. She's, you know what? Of course she's Mrs. Brady, and of course, Carol Brady. I just never knew how to look at her. You know what I mean? Like I never viewed her as like she wasn't like leading lady. She wasn't.
And the show has not helped.
Mom.
The Love Boat has not helped contextualize that any better because we talked about this last time she was on.
Yeah.
She's not as old as the Love Boat portrays her in terms of her love interests. I mean, I don't know. How old is Mrs. Brady supposed to be? 40? Those kids were in high school. Like, I mean, probably 40, right? 40, like, that's, I don't know. 40. Like, so.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, listen, we are going to have, I think she's on this show as much as anybody.
Yeah.
We're going to have an opportunity. I would like to think there's one, like, holy crap, Florence Henderson performance. So. I would say that's my goal out of
so
this.
So who's been the best so far? Would you say Eve Plum is number 1?
I would say Eve Plum.
Number 2? Mm-hmm. After this episode?
I would say Robert Reed's first episode was better than anything Marie McCormick did.
I agree.
The second episode, he was hamstrung by Tony Tennille. So
yeah, I didn't like.
But I would say Eve Plum was the best, just because I was so shocked by that.
She was great.
I will be curious to see how she follows up. So
interesting. Doc has entered the Pirates Cove now, who immediately sees Mrs. Elliot and tries to hide from her. She sees him and gives him "Yoo-hoo, Dr. B."
It's just moving.
Hello. Before leaving her table to talk to Doc. Doc has his hands around Isaac's neck due to "quote unquote" dizzy spells, and they go through a whole.
Yeah, this is a weird bit.
Yeah, it's a weird bit.
Yeah.
Mrs. Elliot says that they'll look for Doc later, and then they leave. Isaac tells Doc that he doesn't have to put up with her, and this is where we get a little more information. Doc informs Isaac Mrs. Elliot's husband is a major shareholder in this cruise line. You mean this steamship line? Huh?
Yeah, the old steamboat.
Where are the paddles, Captain Stupid? When will you be yelling Mark Twain off the side?
Can you? I don't know anything about stocks or anything, but like, is that like? I guess it's normal to have a publicly traded ship line, and I guess they could own
but if
other things. But as far as we know, they only have 2 boats, so it's a weird line. So,
but even if you're a stockholder, it's not like you have any.
well, if he owns 70% of the stock,
70,
I mean, so
That's
plus,
true.
I will say this: Steubing, and then by definition, the rest of them are absolute cowards when it comes to people in the C-suites. Like, they are just like,
well, they
anytime.
love the storyline. They love to have someone tied to the ownership.
This is the
Stacy
third. Well, this is like the third, at least this season, right? Because it was that dumb teenage couple. Her dad was a executive. The skipper was a VP. Like, that's all. Yeah, we've seen a lot of that this year.
They love that storyline.
Yep.
Isaac laughs and tells Doc that if Mrs. Elliot has her way, we'll all be working for you.
I'd watch that.
Again, I just want to make a comment. Isaac criminally underused this season, and I think in this episode as well.
Yeah.
It had a few things, but
this is a very light cast episode.
Mm-hmm. Well,
not
big moments. Yeah.
Not at a detriment necessarily, but it was just like not much for the cast this week. So
I will go for had with the engagement
a little bit, a little bit,
but it wasn't even a full
no.
Because that was just like a conduit to get, to drive the bigger story of her standing out, that whole.
Yeah.
Sister Patty's leaning on a rail looking out over the ocean. Steubing tells her that her dress is beautiful. Whoa. Meryl, what are you doing, bro? She's spoken for. Tells Steubing that it's a loner and that it beats basic black. Burly sniff on that one. That was Steubing tells her that he was told that she was an old friend of Steve Bryan's. Steve Bryan. Tells her that he never referred to Patty as sister. Boy, Steubing gets right into everyone's frickin'
he really
business,
does.
Man. Oh, tell me why you became a nun. Is it super personal? Like, Patty tells Steubing that she'll have to break that to him, meaning break the fact that he's a nun to Steve Bryan. Steubing says, "Speak of the devil," as he sees Steve Bryan and then apologizes. And Patty, under her breath, it was kind of hard to hear, says, "That's truer than you think." And I was like, oh, Patty's conflicted. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I like.
Well, when you see a hot piece like Steve Bryan come across your radar,
have you seen him? Like a swimmer's build on that.
When you see a slightly better looking Phil Harris, you have to get in there. So.
We can't even put a Steve Bryan Halloween costume in our shop because nobody's good looking enough to do the Steve Bryan.
You mean the bullfrog?
The giant bullfrog. We didn't have enough material to make a. Now Patty walks over to Steve Bryan and Steubing gives a little wave to Steve Bryan. Patty and Steve Bryan, every time, are standing at the rail. They share a bit about their past and how letters she sent to him when he was in the military and how, they returned. And Patty shares that she's a nun. Steve Bryan seems surprised but not upset about this news because he's like, she's going to leave him for me.
I can beat that.
What are you talking about? That's what he's shipped ashore. He's calling somebody over there.
God schmoz. Yeah. Thanks, Steve Bryan.
Even God doesn't want to F with Steve Bryan. Come on.
So the math on it is they haven't seen each other in 30 years. He went to the service. We're going to assume World War II, which is generous.
That's for sure.
That's generous, right? Because even if he's 25 at the end of the war, which,
It's the only math that adds up. It can't be Korea.
And then it's 30 plus years. So, but they're basically telling us that he's about 55, 60, which I guess, but
if he's a Highlander, maybe there's no way.
It's been a hard 30 years.
He's like, I'm Steve Bryan. I'm 31. Like, what? Okay. How
many landmines did you swallow, Steve Bryan?
You sold your soul. Like, you're 85 years old. These guys, I don't know, questionable age.
It has been funny because first season, especially, we talked about how they aged up women and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
They're not aging up men. They're casting up the ages of men. But, like, Steve Bryan could have been, if Steve Bryan was Paul Burke, this thing is
I'm fine. And it was
gold.
A delight.
It's gold because also you're like, okay, I get it, Jane Wyatt.
I
or
get why you're
Wyman. I get it.
conflicted.
I'd
Steve
break.
Bryan is
I'd
not
break
the
the
one.
habit for Paul Burke, not for
Not
this
for
guy.
Steve Bryan. Fuck this guy. There's no way. Paul Burke in a heartbeat. Come on, guy's a stud. Steve Bryan asked Patty why she didn't tell him she was a nun this afternoon, and Patty says she's been asking herself the same question. Says that in her profession, she comes with honest answers, but in this case, the honest answer is a bit disturbing.
Honest text.
Tell Steve Bryan that she wanted to be Patty Feeney just for a minute, and she apologizes to Steve Bryan.
Sorry, Steve Bryan.
They leave for dinner together. We hear speaker. Mike, I didn't know this was a thing. It's Gay 90s night in the Acapulco
Hey!
Lounge, which made me enter that in the Google machine to see what that is. The Gay 90s is an American nostalgic term referring to the 1890s.
It's like the Nickelodeon machine, right?
This time of
Stuff
optimism
like
before World Wars and the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how would they know to be happy? They wouldn't know that wars are coming. Right? It would just seem normal. Like in retrospect, wow, we were really happy. We were really happy back then.
I'm just going to be happy until there's a war. The Gay 90s.
Gay 90s.
I mean, it was better than the sock hop.
Yeah, well.
Listen, this one makes sense because you have the derbies that you can use for English pub night.
I just didn't know it was
and you got the fun. You got the fun mustaches.
No, not the derbies. It's those styrofoam, like those election.
Oh, like hello, my baby.
Delegates wear.
That's true. So you got the Doc Halloween costume hats.
Right, right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And
I just think I think any night that you can have that all the costumes can fit in like a sack, that's a win for Julie. So I'm gonna go A plus choice here.
Anything with like stackable, you can stack about 100 hats. We're good to go.
You put those right next to the 15 jugs of
oh god
of whatever that booze was.
What was it? Oh no, it wasn't margarita.
We're getting
mix.
so bad. No, it was something like that. It was sangria. Yeah.
Who pre-makes sangria?
I mean, Isaac apparently makes a lot. So
tons of it.
We need an intern to log all these things.
He's not making anything. Imagine if he just buys all pre-mixed drinks.
I mean, to be fair, he's busy getting changed every 5 minutes.
He does have a lot of wardrobe changes, especially and quick ones too.
You gotta hire another bartender for one of these bars.
It's just not fair. It's not
also
fair.
Like not relevant to this episode, but it is because it's another episode without it. Where are the crew members? This is insane that we are almost done for this. We have 5 episodes left, and Sydney the waiter is going to win.
He's gone.
Going away.
Like, there's nobody else. And sometimes you see someone in like a crew uniform, like
the first season, we've had actual Tony Santini, Schneider, Bob Crane,
chef,
Fish,
like
the
all
chef,
these
Borgia,
right,
all these.
Right.
It's such an easy
you can
guest star role. Why would you? Why would you not? It's so bizarre.
Oh. Imagine Steve Bryan, he's a crew member.
I made your soup. I made your soup.
My car's running. Dr. Jones is walking on deck hand in hand with Evelyn. She says that she feels like she can trust him enough to tell him her problem. Oh, boy.
Oy.
Her problem? She developed at an early age and is instantly judged by men for it. Amen, sister. I go through the same thing.
I feel like it's not Dr. Jones's problem.
No, he says that the reverse happens to him. Evelyn tells him that she knows that he's Dr. Michael Marby. She invites him to her cabin to autograph her book. Wilfred is now fine with being whoever the hell this Dr. Marby is right now. Yes, sir.
Now, Mike, as a girldom that you have claimed to be, where are you in this situation?
Uncomfortable. That's where
Are you even here? Like, have you even made it this far before she reveals that she thinks you're someone else? And if so, then how do you handle that? Do you just ride it out at that point? I feel like you just ride it out at that point because the conflict would be worse than the lying.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because there was no wiggle room, right? There was no room for Dr. Jones to be girl dumb, right? Because it's like she made it so easy. Hey, I'm blah, blah,
Oh yeah,
blah,
she
blah, blah,
she
blah, blah.
spoon fed this. Yeah,
So I almost think in that sense it would almost be too easy not to go along with it to a point.
he had about 5 seconds here where he could have said something.
I think that's the sticky part for me.
Yeah,
Is when
it's just not enough
I know
time.
you're this person, I'd be like, oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Can we talk about this later?
Anyway, what's that? Bad ear. Sorry, what?
Yeah, well, I can't. Freedom here. I can't hear anything. Stubing, Vicky, Gopher, and Julie are doing some sort of barbershop quartet performance in the Acapulco Lounge. Question, Mike. Why we see sometimes they have musical performers they bring onto the ship as entertainment.
Yes.
I think it's a bit odd that the crew is the crew and also the form of entertainment. It's so odd. Like, I get it. It's a TV show and everything else. It's just weird. Like, why don't they have a different entertainer every week and have that as a crew member rotating?
Well, I guess that's the thing, right? So not every week has a entertainer
mariachi
proper
band. Like, why not just have them?
Well, they didn't get on the boat though.
Well, actually, they weren't celebrating the gay 90s either.
Right,
So.
it's true.
Yeah.
So. No, that is interesting. I guess I never thought about. Do we ever have? I'm sure we have.
Well, they're
have
following
we
up
ever
from
had
a Korean comic too. I mean,
well, I was gonna say, have we ever had a night where we have a designated entertainer and one of these theme nights? And my assumption is yes. But yeah, it is weird that you're going to the dregs here. I feel like this entertainment lineup was low, and that's the same reason that nun got the free ride. This was one of those.
Like if a tree falls in the woods, does it really?
They didn't have a lot. They didn't have a lot on the ship. That's why Gopher's got pinatas out. Like, this is kind of bare bones this week. So.
People are losing rings, like all kinds of madness.
This is a post Olympics cruise. This is like
nobody wants to go on this cruise.
No,
you can't even watch the Olympics.
No,
there's
exactly.
nothing.
This is Lake Placid.
Ugh. Stubing, yeah, I'm sorry. The song is over, and Stubing tells Vicky that's past her bedtime. That's all he ever says to her. It's past her bedtime.
Seriously.
Like, that's it. As Vicky is walking away, we see Celia and Mrs. Elliot at a table. Gopher walks up to the table with a flower behind his back for Celia. Mrs. Elliot asks if he's seen Doc. Like, boy, she's all over. She's sweating bricker. Or she's living vicariously through Celia. That's what she's trying to do. Gopher tells her not to worry. This is his normal color. Yuck, 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 yuck. I don't need a doctor. Celia and Gopher sneak away to the dance floor. Mrs. Elliot shakes her head in disapproval, but doesn't get up and break him up or throw hot water on him or whatever you do with cats or whatever. Just like mom of the year, Mrs. Elliot. Doc enters the lounge. Isaac tells him that Mrs. Elliott's looking for him. Doc is no longer in the lounge. Doc is
Zoinks.
Julie and Stubing walk up and they're discussing the missing ring. When they describe the ring and the $5,000 reward, Isaac runs out of the room. Who could blame him? Fun fact, $5,000 in 1980. How much do you think it's worth today? Like, today,
You know,
today.
it's funny. I looked it up the day I watched it, and I can't remember what I found. So,
$19,667.60.
Stubing didn't
93% inflation.
Stubing didn't seem particularly concerned.
No.
Like, he's been way more concerned about less important things. Like, this passenger lost a pretty expensive ring, and she's pretty upset about it. Well, put a sign up, I guess.
How much was the earrings that were missing from the gift shop worth? Less than $5,000.
Not $5,000. The Sonny Bono money was $2,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Just thrown around. You know he'd be all over that. I want a search party. I'm just saying I can hear
That's because he didn't know the girl. That's why.
Oh, if he was like interwoven that storyline.
Yeah, he's distracted by Steve Bryan and the nun. I think Stubing wants to hook up with the nun.
He wants to hook up with anybody. He's just after being cuckolded on the dance floor a few episodes ago.
Well, at least he managed to bring up yet another love choice this week. So,
we'll get to that and another really. I like to give tips by making nautical. Well,
I'm just walking around with my map.
Just here's my map. Go for
What are you, Newton? What are you, Newton Weems?
That's funny. Gopher and Celia standing outside, talking in French accent. Gopher takes that ring that he found out of his pocket, puts it on her engagement ring finger. Why would you do that?
Yeah, you know
like,
what's
what are you
funny?
doing?
That's like it's obviously, and no one should actually think it's an engagement, but also I feel like you just shouldn't. You shouldn't tempt fate there, right?
Put
yeah,
it on the middle
exactly.
finger.
Yeah,
like don't you
put it on her thumb? No, you put it on her thumb or like her ear. Like you don't even go near
or on a necklace for her to wear. Like
right,
come on,
where you
Gopher.
throw it at her and run away.
You went to Harvard. I need more from you here, sir. Steve Bryan and Sister Patty are back at the rail after dinner. Steve says he wants to spend the rest of his life with Patty. Boy, it's like he didn't hear that she's a nun. I hope she'll leave the church. Sister Patty says no, and that I like what I do. She says the church is her life, and she's going to Acapulco to be with the children at the convent school.
So okay. I'm going to put this in here because I don't know where to put it.
Yeah.
What at this point, how did you think it was going to end? Because I had a very specific thought that I thought made sense, and it didn't happen.
What,
I was just
maybe like Steve Bryan buys the convent school, puts it out of business. No, I
no,
I didn't. I guess we can't say spoiler alert if we're talking about an episode. I thought the opposite was going to happen. What ended up happening?
When she was going to leave the church?
I thought she was going to leave the church.
See, I didn't think they had the balls for that. See, I thought what was going to happen was and I don't know why this couldn't have happened. I thought because he's retired, was going to move to Acapulco
and maybe watch her from a distance,
or do good works or whatever. Like he didn't
have lunch, right? Like that kind of thing. Yeah,
right. Like I don't understand. It didn't seem to be a carnal desire, right? And I don't really know the nun rules, but I assume you could still like hang out, do stuff like, I
don't know. I don't know how.
But I just kind of thought it was going to be like, you know what? I'm going to work in Acapulco, and that's going to be my new passion is helping you. Or like there was some like.
Fair enough. With the money I made, I can put it to good use.
Anything. But like Steve, I guess I just assumed Steve Bryan would look for a path in, and he did not.
Steve Bryan's just 100% Steve Bryan. He just, no. Yeah, I really thought that somehow, because I thought that was foreshadowing with, speak of the devil, would have been like all these different things.
Especially because aren't we close to Easter? That would have been ballsy to have the nuns split from the church.
Or like do an affair to remember. Like they get off the ship together. She falls off the ship. You know what I mean? He thinks she's dead.
Sorry, kids.
Sorry. Fair to remember.
Sorry, Acapulco orphanage that we just opened earlier this season.
Speaking of that, I watched that movie, An Affair to Remember. I was urged to watch it. I watched it. Another time, another place. That's all. Still pissed off about that movie.
Listen, I've gotten movie suggestions from your wife for 30 years, and those are some real duds.
No. No. It's like, damn you, Super Bowl bye week. Damn you. Where's the Pro Bowl? We need it. Good Lord. Isaac asks Gopher to give him a hand as he brings a bunch of piñatas into his cabin. Asks Gopher to help him find the ring that he stuffed into the piñata. Explains that the ring's worth $5,000. Tells Isaac that he kept the ring but gave it to Celia for a joke, and then Gopher sprints out of Isaac's cabin. All right. You can tell it's Isaac's cabin because of the way it's decorated. He's got all sorts of like stuff on the wall and stuff.
Weird exercise equipment.
Yeah, the springs and all this, like some
the Barry Keys Memorial workout machine.
That's funny. He's got the Barry Keys sweatsuits. We see Celia admiring the ring with Mrs. Elliott. Mrs. Elliott says that Gopher's salary couldn't afford a joke that expensive.
Well.
She's talking about how she'll have her husband arrange a quick promotion for Gopher. And they're off to the races, beginning to put wedding plans together. Knock on the door, and it's Gopher. He has to speak to Celia. Mrs. Elliott pulls him in the cabin, tells him that she doesn't even know his full name. And she is underwhelmed when she finds out his name is Smith. Gopher tries to get the ring, but Mrs. Elliott rushes him out of the cabin. And we go to our second commercial break. You know what's funny? The beginning of this episode was moving when I was watching it, and then the second half, Jesus, a lot happens. After this point, it felt like I was doing notes for a two-parter because there were so many back and forth. But
yeah.
Anyway, we're back from break. Wilfred and Evelyn are walking on deck together the next morning. The real Dr. Marvey walks up to Steubing. Could be a problem here, Mike. Says he's amazed when a stunning woman like Evelyn is with a guy like Wilfred. Damn, double M. This guy's a turd, right?
This guy's got no bro code. Also, he thinks he's a real hot piece.
He's like, everyone leave me alone. He's like, no, nobody leave me alone. He's hating it. He doesn't want anybody to leave.
They're not even of the same species.
Oh. Yeah. Says she's dating outside of her species. He'd like to interview her. Steubing says, not her. She's a big fan of yours and heard a rumor that you were here and she was determined to meet you or to find you. Marby says, in that case, I will introduce myself. Gopher's in a cabin with Isaac and ADR Julie. I don't know, Julie, rough night again in this little scene because you could hear the ADR in the scene. It was weird, which happens every other episode now with Julie for 20 minutes. She tells him he can't just stay in his cabin. He'll get fired. Isaac comes up with an idea to make Celia break off the engagement and give the ring back on her own.
A rare good plan by these idiots. Usually when they get together, they're just awful plans.
This is a great plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a great plan. Steve is trying to convince Patty to marry him. Steve Bryan. Is trying to convince her. Tells her that, and again, he can't, this is where he just won't listen. Tells her that he and her can go on together and continue to do great things. And she continues to deflect his comments on getting married.
No, she's not saying no.
Right.
So I'm not saying she's leading him on because this 100%. Guy's not listening anyway.
No,
she's not saying no, but I think she's given herself the space for what it is.
Well, it's got to be overwhelming too.
But if you're Steve Bryan,
yeah.
If I'm Steve Bryan,
he's going to wear her down, basically. Yeah.
Well, but that's what he's trying to do, right? But if I'm Steve Bryan, I am trying to build the next 6 months, right? I'm trying to figure out,
how do we keep
this is going to
boat afloat here?
Right. This is going to take some time, right? So you know what? I got some time. I'm going to hang out in Acapulco. I'd like to learn more about what you do, who you are right now, right? And it's like, maybe it'll work and maybe it won't, but it's like, he's trying to push all his chips in based on 30 years ago. And I'm going to assume he does not look like he did 30 years ago.
No. And I would assume, too, being that he's this business dude, I would assume that he's not used to being told no.
I don't think he's being told. I don't think he's being told anything.
Well, no, you're right. You're right.
I got the impression.
That's a good point. Maybe not no, but maybe he's not used to. Maybe part of the appeal is the true unavailability of her. Maybe that's part of.
Sure.
You know?
And the thing is, too, he's probably been just a miserable reporter for 30 years and all that stuff. That's all painted in there. But it's like there were ways to get some version of what you wanted, Steve Bryan.
Yeah.
But this wasn't it.
This is not it.
You're not going to beat God.
No, not this
in
episode.
2 days.
Maybe on Fantasy Island, but not on the Love Boat. That's not happening.
You need more time than that, sir.
Yeah, those type of miracles aren't happening by the hour.
No,
sorry. It's not the Miracle Boat.
Sorry, Sally.
Sorry. Different show. Wilfred and Evelyn are walking in the hallway of the cabin together. Oh, here comes Marby. Introduces himself to Wilfred and Evelyn. Wants to interview Evelyn. At this point, my palms are sweaty. I'm just waiting for him to drop the news.
You couldn't have picked the worst time. That was great.
Evelyn says, "You're Dr. Marby, aren't you Jonesy?" to Wilfred. Wilfred's just like, oh, shit. Yep.
Great job he does the move that I'm sure I've done this at some point in situations where it's like, you know what? There's nothing you can say, so just don't say anything. Maybe everyone will go away.
Or get ultra creative and just throw out the craziest shit you've ever heard of.
I'm a Dr. Marby.
Yeah. And somehow blame it on the real Dr. Marby. So there's got to be a little wiggle.
What if he just pulls out an astronomy pen and stabs Marby in the neck?
No one knows.
Right.
He takes his license.
Right.
and draws a new picture.
It's the talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, and writes a new sex book. I don't know.
It's
But I got to tell you
what.
what.
A lot of planets in this sex book, Mr.
No kidding.
Barbies.
I got to say that Evelyn seemed pretty pleased with Wilfred, considering that she thought he was some sort of sex expert. So
Yeah, you still got to buy it, right? Like,
he
it's
must
not a
be doing
lie if
something
you
right.
believe it.
Like,
Right, exactly. That's a good point. That's a good point, right? If it was like, oh, I'm a sex expert, and then he like tries to bang her foot or something, it's like so.
Right, like he obviously came across like a sex expert.
Anyway,
so interesting.
Listen, astronomers, that's the sexiest science discipline, right? So,
immediately I think of Revenge of the Nerds when the head nerd had the Darth Vader helmet on.
You ever?
But he was like really good at the sex.
I don't think that's the right time to talk about that character. Potentially, maybe.
Oh, shit.
You ever been? Yeah, you ever been to the planetarium though? That's the sexiest place in the Franklin Institute. Come on.
Is that a thing? Was that a thing growing up? Like, let's go.
I mean, I went to like laser shows at the planetarium, so I guess as an adult it was. I wouldn't say as a kid when I was there first, but yeah.
Interesting.
I saw somebody get engaged at laser Radiohead show, the Franklin Institute.
I didn't know there was a laser Radiohead show.
That was pretty cool, actually. Cool. Yeah. So
like Radiohead. The
things you do on a winter Friday night in Philadelphia back in the early 2000s when you couldn't go to the bar. So,
Celia enters the Pirates Cove. Isaac tells Celia that Gopher is a bit of a drunk, and he's been married 4 times before. Enter Gopher with an amazing performance here, pretending to be drunk.
Yep,
with his hair askew,
tie loosened.
That's great job.
Also, great job. I don't know if you noticed. So Isaac lists Gopher's ex-wives.
Yes.
And then Gopher comes in and lists the exact same names. Like, there's no way they planned that. That just felt like, oh yeah, these are our go-to names, right? So
that was good. I loved it. Celia storms out. It worked. And she comes right back and tells him that they'll work this out together, and she leaves again. She's just so damn nice.
Yep.
Like, Sister Patty's on the bridge with Steubing. Steubing explains he had a difficult life decision to make. The sea or home ashore with a lovely lady. Back to making it all about himself.
At least we knew what this one was.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, this is Stacy. Like it's been a while since we've had a Steubing life choice being brought up. Like every couple of weeks, he's really making it about himself lately.
He gives terrible advice. And I'll explain that here in a second. It's the worst freaking advice in the world. If you don't drive the boat, Meryl, at least give good advice. That's all I'm going to say here. This one, Patty asks if he has any regrets. Tells her that there would be regrets either way. Way to be non-committal there, Meryl.
50-50.
And it's 50% chance of rain every day. Patty says that Steve Bryan wants would require her to rethink her entire existence. And here's where Meryl's going to drop some knowledge. Quote,
boat knowledge, nautical knowledge.
Well, is it though? After the rudder turns, the ship goes on for miles before accepting a new direction.
Hold on. He said a mile.
Let me just say this. That is not how steering works. What are you talking about? And again, this is why he doesn't drive the boat. What is he? You know what? I can give you advice how to ride an elephant, how to care for an elephant. But I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't ride elephants. It's the same thing.
So I think he's doing the move where it's like you can't turn a battleship around quickly. I think that's what he's trying to do. But it's
just even like steer to the left. Goes on before accepting a new direct. Shut up, Meryl. There's no parallels here. She's a nun. She's thinking about this has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it's not like because his analogy is that the decision that you make will not occur quickly. Like that's what he's saying.
Yeah, but it has to. It's going to occur quickly. You're going to show up at the convent, or you're not.
Or you're not. Right. Exactly. This makes it sound like I'm going to leave the convent in 4 weeks.
Right. I'm going to say yes to him, but go, and then I'll accept my dude. Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any. It's just It doesn't apply here.
He's very confused. He's walking around with a map. He does not know what a map is. He certainly
no lights on in there.
He certainly doesn't know what an outside map is.
He's looking at the map and the windows behind him. Like, oh Jesus, he's looking backwards. Just awful advice. The stubby for worst advice of the season goes to.
I feel like they are putting more boating in here for him, but it's not going great. Like every time we see him, he's getting
boating by putting him on the bridge where he doesn't belong.
Oh, he got faced on the boat, the bridge a couple weeks ago.
Even kick his brother off the bridge. Boy, oh boy. So we're back from break. Sister Patty's in her nun uniform, and she's leaving the ship for Acapulco. Julie tells her that Steve Bryan left the ship early at dawn because he didn't want to disturb Patty.
But what does that mean? What does that mean? They're not sleeping together.
Then what do you 6 a.m? Hello?
Yeah, but like,
what is that?
Why? Like, if you're going to show up at the church anyway, why would you leave early? Like,
but him leaving early had nothing to do with
anything.
He wants to disturb her whole life. What are you talking about? The least of his concerns is bothering her early in the. That was.
He should have been. It should. And again, this is where I'm at. He should have been like, he left early. He didn't say why. And then he shows up and he's like, I bought an apartment 2 blocks down the street from the church.
I bought this convent and I put it out of business. You're free.
All the orphans have been adopted by shady parents.
We got rid of all of them. What'd you do with them? We got
Have you heard of Pepito?
Help me. Pepito's somewhere. It looks like a rock, but it's some sort of watery grave for Pepito.
Oh, poor Pepito.
Poor Pepito. Sister Patty tells Julie she has to leave for the convent. Julie tells Patty that Steve Bryan said he'll meet her at the convent at noon and that he's saying his prayers. And then Julie gives Patty, Sister Patty.
She throws him a towel and a Coke.
It's a meat joke. Hey kid, thanks. She throws Sister Patty a Vio con Dios.
So my son became addicted with the Sesame Street Christmas Eve special this year. And there's a segment in there where Bob, who is lame as hell, says to Mr. Hooper, he's like, hey, Mr. Hooper.
Oh, this is an old one, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's a classic. He's like, Mr. Hooper, by the way, happy Hanukkah. And that's what this feels like. It's very like, oh, by the way, via con Dios. So
she might as well have said, like, may the force be with you. That's kind of what it was. It was the same thing. I'm like, why is she, of all people, why would Julie, like, stop?
Go with God.
Boy. Dr. Marby, invites Evelyn and Wilford to the empty Acapulco lounge and watches them argue while he tries to get them to communicate. Evelyn calls Wilford a pipsqueak. Wilford calls Evelyn a hypocrite. Refers to Dr. Marby as Dr. Dingbat. That made me laugh. It still makes me laugh. They talk it out and realize that they are in love, and they smooch. Well, that one's wrapped up in a nice little.
And they both tell Marby to shut up, which is great too. Like it's just they do that pretty well. That version where it's like pompous guy couple that's going to get together, kind of has their moment. Like it's just like.
Humble, but doesn't lose confidence. Kind of
exactly, like just perfect, good piece of business right there. Really enjoyed that. So
yeah, I liked it too, and I liked that Marby's physical comedy with the two,
and I like
how they like point out and how it was cool.
And I like that felt like a very weirdly logical storyline for what it was. Like with everybody, like even Marby. Like Marby thinks he did a great job. Like it's wonderful, you know. So.
I bet you Marby's book sucks. You know, just showing how like lack of awareness here in this interaction. I bet you it's just a terrible.
I think Marby's book sucks. I think Marby's better with the ladies than Todd Gardner was. Oh, I think Todd Gardner's got a better book. I think Marby's a better ladies man.
Well, Todd he was sort of repulsive too. He was just weird, creepy.
going to go out on a limb here and say most people who wrote sex books in the 70s were creeps.
Yeah, you know what? I bet you there was a lot of them in the 70s too.
Well, we've seen 2 on here, which seems like a lot for a television show.
We're not even 3 seasons in.
Yeah, so
we see Celia sitting down in the lobby. Doc and Gopher see Celia. Doc tells Gopher that he has to tell her that he never intended an engagement. Gopher wants Doc to tell her for him, but Gopher bites the bullet and walks over. Gopher starts to tell Celia that he never intended to get engaged to her, but Celia already knew and tells Gopher that it's okay. There was a little sweetness here.
Yeah.
You know, I really thought it was
Fred
just nice
Grandy,
and sweet.
it's funny because I've said this about Doc a lot, where like Doc feels like every lady he's with, it's like a built-in thing or whatever, but like Gopher actually is the best at this, like in terms of like every coupling he has, I would probably watch another episode of it.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like comfy, it's sweet, it's very sweet without being saccharine sweet, you know. So
I agree. He's really well in.
I think he's firmly in the lead at this point for me.
Oh, well, even with his mom's episode a couple weeks ago,
even in spite of that, I just think I just think he's done the best work all season. So
yeah, I definitely agree.
I don't know that there's enough time to change that really at this point.
I don't know, with
so
4
we'll
episodes
see.
left.
Yeah.
Enter Mrs. Elliott. Celia tells her mom that the engagement is off and that they'll just be good friends. And she tells her mom to please leave her and Gopher alone. No, you didn't, Marsha. Yeah, you did.
She should. I only thing I wanted from her was like to pass out, like
just to be so shocked. Oh, that would have been funny. And then Doc has to deal with it. Oh,
yep,
no.
Mouth to mouth.
Or Doc just dumps her over the side of the ship because he doesn't want to deal with it. Ice cream. Everyone want ice cream. Celia tells Gopher that Isaac told her the whole story about the ring and she returned it to the owner. So this goes back to, you said everyone was happy. Nobody got that $5,000, or did she pocket? Did she pocket the $5,000? I wonder.
Well, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a reward.
I thought it was a reward.
No, the ring was worth $5,000.
Oh, never mind then.
Right.
Never mind. I thought that was, the ring. Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, but why would you put that out there? I would put the ring's worth $2. Why would you tell any? You know what I mean?
Oh, she's telling a ship employee.
Yeah,
that's
true.
You know, so
that's true. I'd keep that on the
I mean, I would also maybe be more careful with my ring.
Yeah. If it's worth that much, how about you don't play it when you're, as an old shuffleboard ref, I make everyone take all their jewelry off, just like
it's just safe.
Like little kid soccer. Like
it's just safe. You don't make anything hooked.
No, you got pockets in those shorts. I mean, not on my court.
That shuffleboard court is very far away from the bar. She really must have.
Or she threw it. She just
been lunging.
Flung it. I don't know. La, 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 la. Celia tells Gopher that he did her a favor. She can find a man or turn one down on her own.
Boom.
No, let's go. All right. We are now at the convent in Acapulco with Sister Patty, walking with another nun. The nun asks Sister Patty if she's feeling well. Patty says the trip was delightful. Steve Bryan has arrived at the convent. Here we go. He asked her to change so they can catch the boat.
This is where it hit me, even though this is where it hit me in the
convent ground. Like
this is where it hit me in the original watching,
yeah.
And then when you watch it again, you realize it's all leading to this. But it's just
right.
This is the most tone deaf thing. Like to your point, yeah, you got to make your move before you get to the.
Don't wait.
Church.
You're at the convent.
This is the whole thing.
You're going to go to a place with more nuns? You think that peer pressure is going to work out in your favor? Come on. Patty explains to him that her purpose is the children at the convent. Steve still isn't getting it. Says that they belong together. Patty tells Steve goodbye. Steve asks if they'll ever meet again. Patty says, at another time, another place. Steve leaves. Patty says the famous line, via con Dios. And Steve leaves the convent. And at this point, I figure we're never going to see Steve again. Like I thought, I was at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe we were coming back after this.
So we get I think this is the first off the boat set piece with non-crew members, right? Like this is not anybody on the crew. Like this is a set piece that is outside of it, and
I'm surprised Julie didn't just tag along like she did for the adoption.
But the fact that Steve Bryan thought he could make the move at that late a stage in the game
that's weird confidence right there, man.
That is just it's unrealistic.
It's almost mental health. Like it's almost like are you
like you don't get off the boat early. Get up early and make the move, man. Like make the move. Like once she's off the boat, that's it.
Well, you're gonna wait to talk to her outside of a running
in the convent, right?
Like
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
with
it
more.
Would have been great. It would have been great if he had showed up in like Bermuda shirt, hat, suntan on his nose,
sock
like
garters, the whole.
Yeah, it was very. I will say this: I really liked the episode. It was a very underwhelming end. Because I do think they gave themselves a lot of potential ending options.
Yeah.
And just kind of ended up with Steve Bryan being a mansplaining gaslighter. Like, so.
Well, yeah. And maybe that's why this led to the final commercial break. Because they could have wrapped this up here. The Celia one was wrapped up. The Evelyn Wilford one was pretty much wrapped up. But we go to break. We come back. Celia says goodbye to Gopher, tells him that she'll always remember her first love. That's sweet. That's nice. Dr. Michael Marby is saying goodbye to Julie and Vicky. He says that that's creepy that he's saying goodbye to Vicky.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Vicky should be way off this boat.
It's way past your bedtime, Vicky. That's what they should just tell.
Right.
It's 3 in the afternoon. Go to sleep. Vicky tells him that she has some questions she'd like to ask, and Julie says maybe in a few years. Yuck.
Come on, Vicky. You got some questions, too, to be fair. So.
Julie's got, no kidding. What's your question, Julie? One quick question. Why not me? Oh, not that question again. Boy, that's the Chanot/Doc question. The most awkward question.
Marvy just puts his suitcase down and sits on it. He's like unpacking his stuff in the lobby.
Where do we begin? He starts writing his next book.
I know I have brought this up a lot, but we only have 5 episodes left. But it's like we're just not going to get Julie romance this year. Like just nothing. That is weird, man. We
still have a couple more, you would think, but maybe they're trying to say like she was just hammered by.
And that's fine. And that's fine. If that's what they're doing, that's fine. But if they're not doing that, and I don't know if I give them the credit to do that. It is weird that Julie, for the most part, it's been a pretty light boat. Mm-hmm. Doc and Gopher have probably had most of the business.
Oh, yeah. No,
it is weird. It is weird.
I'm just curious to see, like, do they just start off next season with the Julia love story just to kind of get that ship, no pun intended, righted? Or she has to... Well, isn't Ralph Malph coming back next year? Isn't that... I don't know.
That's next year, yeah. There are more Alaska tentacles than I am comfortable with. So
yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens here. Wilford and Evelyn. Evelyn wants to thank Steubing for not telling her who Dr. Marby was. Wilford to Evelyn, let's go autograph some books. Even I know what that means. And they leave the boat together. Mrs. Elliott's talking to Doc. Tells him that she's got a message from her husband saying he's going to sell all of his stock in the steam line, cruise line. She tells Doc that she will be coming on the cruise and she has another daughter. And she is sure Doc will like her. I hope she's not a younger daughter. Jeez.
It's like that can't be good for the princess line that this guy's going to sell all his shares too.
Yeah, not like, especially with this airline strike. Now's not the time. Hold on,
the worst
buddy.
Time.
We see Steubing is in the lobby with Steve Bryan. He tells Steve Bryan goodbye. Steve Bryan is going back to his job.
Did you ever leave, Steve Bryan? Did you ever leave?
No, you've always been there. You were never. He went on a 48-hour cruise.
He's going to practice paddleball, though, in case he dies and goes to heaven.
He was probably a workaholic, and he's like, what do you mean you only work 5 days a week? What is this Saturday, Sunday thing?
Yeah, just that's a bizarre character arc.
That's our episode, Mike. Whew.
All right, totals and a recap. Best episode so far is not that one. It is the Dallas Cowboy 2-parter.
Yep.
Worst episode, we are carrying 2 over at this point. It is the Charo episode, as well as last week's episode, which was incredibly boring. I said this in my head when I first watched this episode, and I think it holds true upon further rewatching. I think this is as good a 1-hour episode as we've had this season. And I think a lot of that is the acting.
I agree. I would agree with that. Yeah, it was solid. And it I mean, the Sister Patty, I mean, that was fantastic. Great guest cast this week.
Yep. Yeah, the acting is great. Nothing was bad by any means. Everything was good. I would say the only thing that really holds it back from like really getting into the top echelon was there wasn't that like blow away storyline.
Right.
Which they were all very close, but it just wasn't. I don't know what it would have been, but like that's as close to a 3 for 3.
I would agree completely.
As we've had in a very long time.
Well, especially when you're in the 20s, right?
Yeah.
And that was always that danger. I thought, I will agree with you. I think it was one of, if not the strongest, 1-part episode of the season. Carried,
we are
not by the cast.
We are in a very every other episode right now, which is
consistency is elusive.
interesting because there's like part of me that's like, well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in that it's like good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Because we've talked about this, and I think this is the biggest realization I've had about this season is everything is its own thing. And it's not a consistency issue. It just is the thing where like you open up the box and it could be the best thing we've seen ever. It could be the worst thing, or it could be somewhere in the middle. And there's really never going to be a rhyme or reason. I just don't think there ever is.
You get that life's a box of chocolates kind of thing. You never know from face value. Like based on the cast, you don't even know.
Sure. But I really enjoyed this one. I thought the acting was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it wasn't a spectacular thing by any means, but it was just really good. And after last week where we just kind of were like, nothing happened. It's just nice to have a very, very solid piece of business with really good actors.
Man.
Exactly.
Take us somewhere with it. I thought it. I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was very strong.
I really did too. Captain of the week.
You know, I do say that I used to pick these ahead of time, and I don't anymore. I think this is a tough one. I'm kind of stuck. The Sister Patty was so good. Audrey Meadows was so good, but I wouldn't say she was the captain of the week. I would say the Sister Patty. I would give her a captain of the week. If Audrey had more material, maybe, but Sister, I mean, look, she had so much going on.
No,
and she played it beautifully.
No, it really was. I mean, that is as good individual performance as we've seen because, you're right. It was like, and none of the religious stuff came off as sanctimony.
No. Mm-mm.
And maybe part of it is because I didn't like Steve Bryan.
No, I didn't either.
But like, she didn't come off bad in anything she did.
The contrast between those two in the same episode in the same storyline.
Yeah, it really was. But like we said, Audrey Meadows was good. Marie McCormick was good. Everybody in the Artie Johnson story was good. Like it was just. I really enjoyed the whole thing. But I think the takeaway here is Jane Wyman, and you know.
Yeah.
As we've seen a lot this year, Season of the Olds, but also like a performer who's too good for this show will only be on this one time.
Yeah.
And just hits it out of the park. Like we're going to have some real long discussions with some of these categories this year because there are some tough ones. That Season of the Olds is just.
Well, they've made it more difficult for us.
Put it this way.
I'm great.
Best Old is going way down the ballot this year. So has to be way down the ballot. So
that's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, that might be like the last category before we get to the big ones. So.
And I really hope we come up with our own nominees, each of us. I'm very curious.
Yeah, there's so many.
Because,
well, and the thing is too, like, when I go back and listen to these episodes, part of it is because I wanted to hear what I was thinking at the time.
Right.
I just know for a fact we have been gushing about so many of these performances from older folks
from
the whole season, from Jump. Yeah. And that it's not like I'm going to go back and watch these episodes again. So it's really more about just knowing how we felt at the time. And
100%.
It's a defined, like, we joked about it early, but it really has been the season of the olds by leaps and bounds.
I mean, almost every week you're getting.
Like, if I don't know who the season of the young would have been. Like, I don't know who the best 25 to 54 performer is this year. I have no idea. Like,
no idea. It might even be a cast member. I'm not sure.
Worst of the week, walk the plank.
I gotta go Steve Bryan.
Yeah,
I really do. He didn't. I don't think he brought a lot to the table.
No, it was just nuance. It was like you could have just made it a little less messy.
100%
for him. But the other thing is too, he was by far the weakest character, like by miles.
I didn't like his. I don't know if it's ego or what it is, just the fact that he just kept barreling right through. Like, it didn't matter what she said. It was more important what he wanted, kind of thing. And I'm like, this guy.
Yeah. And I didn't pick it up as much in the initial viewing. And I feel like you never really pick up exactly all of it in the first viewing. But like, yeah, there was just, he just tried to ramshot his way through this.
Hey,
plot.
I'm back. I know it's been 30 years, but let me just uproot your entire existence.
Right. Well, he made it sound like, hey, you should probably, like, have lunch over here instead of over there, as opposed to you should uproot your religious beliefs /
give
job.
Give up your marriage to God, basically. Like, you're. Yeah, he was
it was very casual, very casual. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of that guy.
No, I don't even know who I would have as second, honestly.
I think
I really don't. I don't know if there is one. Yeah, so that's totals and a recap for this week.
Plugs, Hitting Season Patreon, absolutely hammered. This is the Phillies podcast you need. Grab your bat, your cap, and your Phillies pride. How far are we out from season? Spring training, Mike.
Pitchers and catchers are going to be at the end of the week here. So
this is the year. I'm telling you, this is the year right here.
I don't.
I am all in.
Well, you are clearly not listening. You are clearly not listening to Absolutely Hammered. Then
I'm ignoring a lot of what I'm hearing, and I'm going on blind faith. Crack open a beer and enjoy a weekly Phillies happy hour with Chris Jones, Justin Clue, and our very own Mike Robertson. Check out Absolutely Hammered on the Hitting Season Patreon. You can check out our video podcast on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave a review. You can find our audio podcast everywhere you find your audio podcasts. Please hit that subscribe button, leave a review, leave us a like. It goes a long way. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Look for weekly reels and updates. You know what time it is, Mike.
You've got mail.
Oh, we do got mail. All right.
Excellent. It's been a while.
Episode titled Love the Show. We're off to a great start already. Hey guys, been listening for a while and wanted to let you know how much I love your show. I think I've seen all of the Love Boat episodes. Pluto TV has a channel dedicated to it. Thanks for doing this podcast. I listened to it on Spotify and enjoy it immensely. Keep up the great work. Listening from Chantilly, Virginia. Thank you. We'd love to get that. So obviously, who doesn't love praise? No real questions there, but we're really happy to hear from you.
Where is Chantilly?
You know what? I don't know how far away it is from here. Let me just take a gander.
So was there a name, or was that anonymous praise for us?
Well, the best praise is always anonymous, Mike. Our new friend Tony.
There you go.
From Chantilly, Virginia. Where is it? Let's see.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was on Pluto TV, but that's good to know. We always have options. Yeah. Maybe Pluto TV can hire us. You're trying to get us hired by Paramount Plus. Maybe we can get hired by Pluto TV.
Sort of near the Washington Dulles Airport.
Chantilly, there you go.
Near Fairfax.
The worst airport in the world.
Yeah, maybe I do need to readjust to Pluto TV just to kind of I'd feel way more confident have a meeting with Pluto TV than I would with the.
Tony, do you know somebody from Pluto TV? Because if you do,
help us out, man. Come on. I did look ahead to next week. Brief preview.
Thincast.
Nobody I've ever heard of before. We welcome a nuclear physicist. Yeah, that was the thing. Is normally I'm mentioning guest stars.
Well, you know who's in it?
Know what to mention.
Actually, you know who's in it?
Who?
A returning friend from this season, but not from the show proper. This is the Shelley Hack from Charlie's Angels episode that we talked about at the beginning. So we'll kind of make a decision on whether she's a good actress or not, because we were a little up in the air after that episode. So.
Welcome a nuclear physicist, a wealthy young passenger, and yet another stowaway.
Oh, we haven't had a stowaway in a while.
Yeah. So
is it Nancy Brown?
It's JJ Walker. That's what it is. He's back, and he's not a ghost.
No, it was. I looked at that credits list, and it was like,
Jesus.
Yeah, there's Nancy Hack, and there's a second person that I only recognize from like doing this, and it's obviously not anybody I remember enough to even mention. So it's
Nancy Hack is a terrible celebrity name. Wouldn't you change that? Like, it's just not a good.
Well, I'm curious because we talked about it during the Charlie's Angels episode, but like she only lasts this one season. And the fact that she's getting on the boat here towards the end of the season makes me think she was in good standing.
So something happened. I wonder if it's simple as a contract thing or rub somebody the wrong way.
I don't know. Like I said, the only episode we saw Charlie's Angels here was great. Now, how much of that was Convy? It was a lot. But
let me ask. So Charlie's Angels was spelling, right?
Yes.
And this is spelling. So I wonder, it's got to mean something if she's on a spelling show.
I would think it would be positive. Yeah. What if she's just
they're like, good luck.
What if she's like belligerent? What if she's like, rock Charlie's Angels?
The whole episode. You know, Charlie's a stupid box I talked to.
So stupid. Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think we did it. Well, Mike, thanks again. Another episode closer to the completion of this project. Until next time, Mike, Vio con Dios.
Hi, everyone. It's Fred Grandin.
And I'm Ted Land.
And I'm Jill Whelan.
And you may remember us from your favorite TV show, The Love Boat.
And now we're back together and ready to embark on a brand new adventure.
Each week on the Love Boat podcast, exciting and new, we'll be joined by old friends, favorite guest stars, and more to share stories from our time aboard the Love Boat.
And let's be honest, anything that pops up into our heads.
We have too many stories to tell.
We've had so many amazing guest stars on the Love Boat, people who became lifelong friends.
And so, we got together with some to laugh, to reminisce, and to swap stories about life on set and the bonds that still bring us together decades later.
Friends like Loretta Swit and Jamie Farr, Cynthia Lauren Tweez, Morgan Fairchild, Jimmy Walker, and more.
We can't wait to welcome you aboard.
Listen to the Love Boat podcast every Saturday wherever you get your podcasts.